can't stop. I got motion. I'm moving. I'm going. Can't lose focus. I got motion. I'm moving. I'm going.
Red Corner Boxing. We're in the game.
Yes, guys. Good evening and welcome to Red Corner Boxing. You were jamming Mr. Neutral as always, and we are here for the welterweight showdown between Harlem Eubank and Josh Wagner. This is taking place in Brighton, and there's a big stake on the line now, as it turns out that the winner may well get to face the IBF champion, Lewis Crocker. It's not confirmed, of course, but Crocker's there. He's watching on. Let's see what happens. Before me and Neutral just chop it up, we're just going to say, proudly sponsored by Easy Storage and the Boxing Fight Zone, our official apparel supplier. Check them out at your leisure. So, Mr. Neutral, matey, what you thinking to this fight? Eubank, Harlem coming off that defeat against Catterall. Is he going to have much? Do you think he's got anything that's really going to change?
Well, I mean, anyone can improve from the last fight, even a defeat. So I'm going to give him that benefit of the doubt. But I don't think Josh Wagner is anywhere near Echo Esserman's. Sorry, not Echo Esserman. Who did he fight last?
Jack Catterall.
Jack Catterall. Josh Wagner's no Jack Catterall. So he's going to have a far easier time tonight than he would have done. However, there's still questions at the top level for him. So, you know, he needs something special tonight here on Channel 5 in front of the UK. He's going to have at least 1 million people watching this. So yeah, he needs a massive performance to justify a fight with Lewis Crocker next.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I say, Crocker's there in the crowd. He's obviously got his eye on Harlem Eubank. I believe he thinks Harlem Eubank's going to win this. A lot of people do. The only person Josh Wagner's ever lost to, though, was David Papo, who's a very decent operator. Fights a lot in Australia. He's a very decent fighter himself. And Harlem Eubank, of course, as we already said, lost to Jack Catterall last time out. So they've both got one defeat. Wagner's got 10 knockouts, Harlem 9. They're very similar in records, 21 wins to 19 wins. In essence, these are matched up well, and the Canadians coming to fight. Josh Wagner, he lets his hands go. So this could be actually a decent little matchup, and Harlem could get caught here. He needs to be focused, and he needs to make sure he's on his game, because the Canadian will come to swing.
Oh, definitely. And this is, you know, it's going to be a great, as I said, it's going to be a great spectacle because there's a lot to gain for both fighters. And, you know, Josh Wagner, this is going to be his biggest fight of his career. You know, in even if it's over in the UK on Channel 5, he's never had this much exposure before. So if he can bag a Lewis Crocker fight after this, then, you know, we're laughing.
Absolutely, matey. Absolutely. Some good fights, though, mate, been on tonight. Did you watch the Lucas Rohrig fight that took place earlier on?
Yeah, it was a bit of an up and down fight, that was, wasn't it?
It was, mate. It was. It was a terrific bit of action, though. He got dropped twice himself. One counted, one wasn't counted. And then he put his man down twice. I thought the referee's scorecard was a little bit wide, though, didn't you? With the 78-72, giving him 6 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair to Clavier, you know, even though he's got 6 losses, most of them happened at this very start of his career. So, you know, he improved so much through that, and Rohrig had a real hard battle with that fight there. So I'm not expecting Wagner to have this amazing performance tonight. I think this is going to be pretty standard for Harlem. I think he'll cruise through this fight, and he should win it by UD at least, by if not a stoppage, because he's not fighting a Catterall now.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. He's not the same level of opponent, but he is a tough op still, though. Like he's only lost to, like I say, David Papo. He can fight, man. He can fight. Eubank stoppage sounds like love, mate. Yeah, it's going to be tough for him to get the stoppage, though. Wagner don't get took easily. He has been stopped by Papo, but other than that. But anyway, the action's underway, so let's get into it, Mr. Neutral. We're in the first round here from Brighton. It's Harlem Eubank. It's Josh Wagner. Everything on the line. Let's see what happens.
Call the action. I'll come in behind you, my man.
Okay then, matey. Yeah, at the minute it's a little bit of a frantic pace, but nothing really landed. A bit of posturing, a bit of gesticulating. They're not really letting the hands go. Harlem's tried to pop out the left jab to the body. He goes left to the top. Big smiles coming in from Josh Wagner. He looks bang up for this. He really does. It says on the back of his shorts he's blessed. He believes he's blessed just to be in there with Eubank. So it's a big opportunity for Josh Wagner, the Canadian. They're just wrapping up in the middle of the ring at the moment. Referee breaks them up, and here we go, back to it. Jab again with the left hand from Harlem Eubank. Goes right to the body. Looks very sharp so far, Harlem. He's definitely having a go. He's definitely having a go here.
Yeah, I'm noticing when Wagner, he sort of, when he moves his head from left to right and vice versa, he drops both hands. So Harlem Eubank, if he can time him right, but then again, he covers up quite quickly when Eubank does cut that distance. But you can see he's trying to entice Eubank into something here.
Yeah, he's definitely doing something, isn't he? He's trying to lure him into a false sense of security, maybe. Absolutely. But let's see what happens. He's got a big grin on his face. He seems to be absolutely loving the moment, Josh Wagner, which is good to see. You get a big shot like this against a Eubank in Brighton. You gotta be happy about it, ain't you? And he's given his all so far, the Canadian.
Yeah, obviously, Canadians have been featuring a lot recently in the cards, especially on Prediction League. So he'll want to carry the flag here for his nation in Great Britain. Oh, that was a good clash between the two of them, both with a bit of spite and intent. Wagner's definitely come to fight. Come out worse than that exchange, though. He went to throw a left cross and got countered as his own left cross went across Eubank's shoulder. That was a good punch by Eubank. And now he's got him on the back foot.
Absolutely, yeah. Eubank's looking sharp so far. I think he knows his career's pretty much on the line here, Harlem. He knows if he loses this to Josh Wagner, who most outside of Britain don't really know unless you're a hardcore, his career can go nowhere. Whereas if he wins this, the Lewis Crocker IBF title fight's right there. It'll be a massive upset if Wagner pulls this off.
The only problem Wagner has, he's on away ground, and he's doing, he's waiting for Eubank to come into him. But in the meantime, Eubank's scoring points with single jabs, going to the body, a right cross there as Wagner was backing off. So, as Wagner's looking to entice him into a big shot, he's actually losing the round because, Eubank's more active. And I give that one to Eubank.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. 10-9 Eubank all day long. Definitely. This is the only problem with being on Channel 5. We now get bloody adverts in between. That sucks, that does. I'm used to
we've still got a minute, no matter
stadium,
what.
Don't know.
Yeah, but, a good start from Wagner too. I do like what he's doing. He's got to throw a bit more for me to, convince me that he's got an actual game plan here, rather than just waiting to time Eubank coming in with his jabs and then trying to counter him. But I only saw the counter on one occasion. So at this minute, he can't afford to let Eubank get 2 or 3, 4 rounds ahead. He has to convince the judges here, if at least by plan B, that he's going to win by on points. So Eubank 1-0 up. So it's only his to lose, really.
It is, mate. Yeah, it's all here for him. It's here for Harlem Eubank. He just needs to put on a decent enough performance. He's not against a world beater, like I say, the guy's good, but he's not a world beater. If he really wants to go to any kind of level, he needs to put it on this guy. I think he needs a stoppage, really, to make a real big statement, to force the IBF title fight with Lewis Crocker. But I'm sure they'll make it, even if he wins on points, because it's the Eubank name, isn't it? That Eubank name will pay dividends, and it'll make money, especially with Wasserman and the Sauerland brothers being involved, be on Channel 5, a link up with Matchroom. It's going to be big.
Yeah, as you quite rightly said, it's a Eubank name, although, the junior cousin, it carries weight. There's no two ways about that. But as I come back to what I said before the fight started, he needs a massive statement to get that his name, Harlem, in conversations across the country, and if not worldwide. Where are you watching the fight? We're watching the UK, my man. We're watching our own terrestrial television, Channel 5.
Yeah, it's on Channel 5 in
Right.
the UK, guys. Channel 5 in the UK. In the States, I'm not
Yeah.
sure. It's on one of them Tubies or, one of them social media sites you can link on. But in the UK, Channel 5.
Yeah. A bit of jostling there after a big left hand from Wagner. Just cuffed the top of Eubank's head as he was trying to evade the shot. Got a bit messy, bit of jostling. Back to the centre of the ring. And it's Eubank. 1-2 combination, just forcing the Wagner back. Just keeping that left hand busy in front of Wagner's face, whilst Wagner tries this sort of defence, trying to evade the shots. He's moving laterally, right to left to right. Takes another jab from Eubank, then one to the body. Eubank stalking him down now. Tries to rush in close, ducking underneath, but Wagner jumped to his right and evaded it. Eubank goes to the body, feints one, and then catches Wagner an overhand right. Great shot. That's more of that. Goes to the body yet again. Strong finish to this round by Harlem Eubank. Jams?
Yeah, that was nice, mate. Nice work from Harlem. Definitely took the round. Just to answer DJ dissipates or dissipates. I can't bloody say it. I'll try my best. I apologise if I butchered your name. But yeah, it's on Channel 5 in the UK, and you can find it on a couple of the apps in America, if that's where you are.
Yes. If you can get the Channel 5 app on Play Store or on Android or Apple, you might be able to get this fight.
Yeah, it's landlocked though. It's landlocked. Only works in the UK, unfortunately.
There you go.
You're very welcome, Benjamin. Thank you for tuning in.
That's why
really
we're here. We're here to relay the fight to you. Who's going to win? Well, obviously, from a British point of view, we want Harlem to win, but the Canadian brings an element of danger. So, it's not going to be. People are not going to be resting on their laurels thinking Harlem Eubank's got to win this outright, because Wagner's shown instances of good work and a bit of power. So let's see how Eubank, if he can sustain any kind of attacks on Harlem Eubank, we got to fight. Here we go. Mate. Round 3. I've got it 2-0 to Eubank, James.
Yeah, I've got it exactly the same.
Exactly okay, the same, then. Brother. Call the action, sir.
Okay, matey, yeah. At the minute, Eubank's just flicking out the jab. Wagner's looking a little bit tentative, but he's in there. He's in the mix, the Canadian. He's looking a little bit weary, though. I don't know, is he a bit bashed up between the eyes there, neutral? He's got a bit of red in him. He looks like he's been popped a few times with that jab. But Harlem's definitely putting his foot down and trying to force the pace. Whether Josh Wagner can stay with him, and just as I said, that commentator's curse, he landed a nice right hand of his own to Josh Wagner. But Eubank didn't even bat an eyelid. He's still fresh as a daisy, going for the left-right combinations. Got 1 minute and 55 to go of round 3 here in Brighton. That's a good shot from Wagner there with the left hand, and catches him again with a little left hook as he was pulling away.
Yeah, he switched hitting. He was fighting southpaw, went to orthodox. He's back to southpaw. He's trying to confuse Eubank, but now he's gone back to orthodox. Yeah, I don't. When people start doing that in the ring, it tells me that they're not happy with their own strategy.
Yeah, something's not working. Something definitely ain't working when they start switching like that.
Yes, some will say it is the sweet science, but when you overuse it, when you don't have to, that's when you can see he's trying to reset too many times to try to confuse him and entice him into something. Maybe he's got great confidence in both stances, southpaw and orthodox, but he's not thrown a single thing in the southpaw style. He keeps switching. So one would suggest that his orthodox style is his strongest action. However, he's getting outpointed once again for me in round 3, James.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah, Eubank seems to be in complete control. He's piecing him up at will. It's jab after jab. He looks like he's caught, like a deer in the headlights here, does Wagner. He don't know what to do. Like you said, he switches the stance. He doesn't let his hands go from the southpaw stance. When he's in the right, he pops out a few jabs and lands the odd shot. But there's nothing really, no purpose to his work. It's very, very lackluster. Very lackluster, and he's not really putting the foot down and really going after Harlem Eubank. It's like he's there just to survive at the moment. And that's a bad look for a boxer. It looks like he's come for the payday.
Yeah, he's been backing up for 3 rounds. He's given away the centre of the ring. He's allowing Eubank to set him up. As I said before, he wants Eubank to come in close to counter him with short lefts and rights. Whether he still believes in that strategy moving forward is a good idea. I don't know, because it's not working for me.
No.
He's got to start throwing a lot more, because Eubank's just picking up rounds here quite easily. 3-0.
Yep, same, mate, same. 30-27 all day long. It's looking pretty one-sided. Even Lewis Crocker in the crowd looks bored. He's sitting there looking at the floor, looking at his phone. He's really not that interested. And this is the guy who's going to defend his world title, the IBF welterweight world title, against the winner of this, allegedly, of course. But here we go. Round 4 is underway here in Brighton. Let's see what happens here. It's a little bit of wrestling match going on. Referee warns Josh Wagner about using the head. Harlem flicks out a nice left jab, then goes to the body with a right hand. He circles, puts Wagner back on the back foot once again. Piercing jab from Harlem. I must say, his jab looks really impressive tonight. His left jab looks impressive, Harlem Eubank. A lot better than it did in the Catchall fight. He's popping it out with real substance and purpose.
Yeah, he's getting a lot more room than he would have done against Carroll. Carroll was very slick in his Philly shell style. He showed it again in his last fight with Esserman. Wonderful stuff. But he's got far more freedom to execute his own game plan against this Canadian in Josh Wagner. He's not throwing much back. See, in the Carroll fight, he was getting countered rapidly and with relative ease by Jack Carroll, but he's getting far more room against this boy. And nice right hand there from Eubank on the 2-minute mark.
Yeah, he's looking sharp, mate. I'm impressed with Harlem. The way he's coming back from a defeat, he's looking sharp. He looks focused. He doesn't look like he's doubting himself. This is good to see from Harlem Eubank, and I'm impressed with it. I'm rocking with it.
Good foot movement at the minute. He turned his opponent lovely there. 2-3 punch combination, got off it as well. Nice sideways move to get back to an orthodox stance. I love it. It's good work at the minute. He's sharp. He's going upstairs. He's coming downstairs. The shot selection is all there. Great stuff.
It really is, mate. Yeah, I couldn't have said it better, mate. Absolutely. He's doing everything that you'd want him to do coming off a loss. People were saying, is he going to be scarred? Is he going to be damaged? Is he going to feel the same? Is he going to have the heart, the drive, the hunger, to get up and go? He's showing right now, yes, he has. He's a Eubank. It's in his blood. He might only be a cousin of the Chris Eubanks, but he's still a fighting man. And he's showing that here tonight, and I couldn't be happier about it. Very impressive work from Harlem.
Yeah, this is a big round for Harlem. He's starting to beat up on his man here. I can see the face getting marked up of Wagner. Starting to take harder and harder shots as Eubank is stepping up the pressure here in round 4. All looking good so far.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He's dropping his hands now. He's letting that left hand hang low. He's really looking for that opening in his Harlem. Wouldn't surprise me if he could get him out of there at some point. Definitely a possibility.
A one-sided match, mate, at the minute. Wagner seems to be a bit out of his depth. He's been set up with a double jab and an overhand right there. as we enter the last few seconds of round 4. Tries to come back with a right left of his own, and then just tucks up Eubank's head under his arm. Another big round for Harlem Eubank there.
Yep, absolutely, brother, absolutely. So we've got it 4 rounds to zip to Harlem Eubank. We've got it 40-36. Josh Wagner needs to do something special and turn this around, as it's going to be, at the moment, a Harlem Eubank landslide victory. And as we already said, you've got Lewis Crocker sat there who's willing to fight Harlem Eubank for his IBF welterweight world title next. So there's a lot on the line in this fight. I'm not sure whether he'd give the same opportunity to Wagner if he won, but he's definitely on it with Harlem Eubank. So Eubank needs to finish this job now that he started so well. And here we go. We're getting into round 5. Wagner seems to have woke up a bit here. He's very much more energetic. And he's throwing some hands as well. He's just come out throwing massive left hooks. He just threw a bolo shot right over the top, but missed. Referee warns about the heads. Harlem fires back, though, with his own right hand and then flicks out a left. Wagner lands with a left jab of his own. Nice body shot there from Harlem Eubank. Goes to the body with a right hand. Josh Wagner comes back with a left of his own. Stiff jab to the face. He looks a lot more focused this round, Wagner. He really does. Whether he can keep it up is another story. Eubank goes in. They tangle up in the middle of the ring again. Nice stiff left there from Harlem. And again with a stiff left. That jab has worked a peach tonight. That left jab just flicking it out, flicking it out, flicking it out. Absolute beautiful work from Harlem Eubank.
Yeah, it's
right
been his weapon of choice. He comes behind it with the right hand. He's enjoyed multiple occasions of success. Yeah, this is a pretty dominant affair so far by Harlem Eubank.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. It's been good. It's been really good.
Yeah,
I've been very impressed.
There's little coming back now from Wagner. He's squaring up every time Eubank flicks that jab out. You know, he comes back with nothing, and what he does come back with goes over the head. So he's looking levels below Harlem Eubank right now, and that's a shame. Because he has fought for belts before. I know he got knocked out by David Papo in round 7, but the way this is going, he might not reach 7. Such the way that Harlem Eubank's, teeing off on him. He's much quicker to he's so sharp, getting that jab through the guard, and then sets him up where he goes upstairs, downstairs. Shot selection, as I said before, has been absolutely superb. Wagner with his lowest medium guard. He's just below his chin there. And again, he's getting tagged left, right, and centre as he's trying to hold on to Eubank here. I've got 32 seconds to go, and it's all Eubank in round 5 yet again. Just really dominating. He's not lost a round here yet. And he's had Wagner moving left to right on the back for all 5 rounds. And making it very easy for Harlem Eubank, which is, playing right into the Englishman's game. As I said before, the levels are just starting to show with the Canadian. He's getting marked up, just backing off, taking shots. And, not good for him. Big up LFC, never walk down, my man. Good to see you through here, Rick, on the boxing yet again. Welcome to everybody who's watching here on X or YouTube. Thanks for coming through and watching this with us. As said before, 5 rounds gone. It's all Harlem Eubank. The punch stats will be prevalent, and there'll be a reality check for the Canadians here because I think it's at least 5-1 that are getting through to the Canadians, and Eubank is looking very, very good in here. And Lewis Crocker, who'll be ringside, he'll be slightly worried by the speed of Eubank here, James. Do you think?
Absolutely, mate. Yeah. I think he's seen a different Harlem Eubank here. This is a much more impressive Harlem Eubank than I've seen before. He looks a lot sharper, more focused. Maybe that defeat could be the best thing that ever happened to him.
There's no harder lesson than a defeat in boxing, and it's well, in the ring that is, But if you've been defeated by a man who's good at his craft, and you can learn off that defeat, that's a blessing, And he's got a good mentality to say, right, I'll pick myself up, I'll come back strong, and I'll take the next fight. And which he's doing so far. You just cannot fault this performance so far. But Wagner's starting to load up now. I think he's desperation mode here. He's fighting now as Eubank is taking the fight to him. They're wrestling, taking it to the ropes, and the referee has to get involved. Jams take over.
Yes, mate, it definitely is. He's looking a bit desperate now, Wagner. It's a shame because, he's a decent operator, but he's looking a bit ragged in there. Eubank's definitely putting it on him here in round 6. Just to go to Bulldog Gap or Pap. Sorry, Bulldog Pap 6081. What round is it in the game? It is round 6 of 10, matey. And we've got You Never Walk Alone. Bless. Yeah, bless to you too, mate. You all right, Ethan? Right then, so back to the action. 1 minute 30 to go of round 6 here from Brighton in the UK. Harlem Eubank versus Josh Wagner. It's been a bit of a one-sided beatdown so far. Wagner's been a bit uninspiring, but he's out of his comfort zone. He's in another man's country, and Harlem's coming off that cattle loss, and he's definitely got something to prove. And he's proven it so far. He's been absolutely fantastic. Piercing left jab throughout the fight. Looking real sharp, real good. Very impressive, Harlem Eubank. Let's just see if he
The
can finish the
Carroll
job.
form is strong. The Carroll form is strong. He was super impressive against Echo Esserman, who beat Josh Taylor. So the form has always worked out well, as far as Jack Carroll's concerned. Harlem, should he come through this with flying colours, that just bolsters Jack Carroll's form as well, and the resume, is looking strong or stronger, since losing to Jack. So, as I said, everything to gain here.
Absolutely.
I'm liking what I see in James.
Yeah, 100%, mate. I agree with Bob as well, what Bob's just said. He said Harlem isn't world-class.
No.
I completely agree, mate. He's not world-class, but he's decent British level, and he's got a chance at an IBF title against Crocker should he win this. You can become great. Just because you're not great don't mean you can't become great. That's the thing. Many a boxer have become great.
And let's not forget, Crocker was the benefactor of a very strange decision by, of that decision to, the referee's decision to stop the fight, because Donovan had hit him after the bell. So
yeah,
Donovan was completely dominant in that fight. And I think, Harlem Eubank against Lewis Crocker, I don't think Harlem Eubank will have a better chance at winning a world title fight than this should it come off for him.
Because
I don't feel Lewis Crocker, although he's a good boxer, he's great at British level, Commonwealth level, but I don't think he's world class. And if he went up against a Brian Norman Jr. or a Rolando Romero, he get cleansed, mate. George Yasnoff, good commentary guy. Oh, thank you, my man. That's much appreciated. If you're new, like and subscribe. Give us a like and subscribe. Much appreciated. It's painless and it's free. Thank you very much. Back to the action, Jams.
Yes, mate. We're in round 7 of 10 here. Harlem's still in complete control, doing what he's doing best, which is just dropping that left shoulder, flicking out that jab, and just making Wagner pretty much look very ordinary. No disrespect to Wagner, but he seems to have given up the ghost. He's definitely not trying to force the issue. He seems content with just getting through the 10 now. And it seems to me that this is just a matter of time. It's just literally Eubank's won this fight already. I can't see anything from Wagner at the minute. He's not even trying. It's just going through the motions, shall we say.
He's very much covering up, trying to jab off the back foot, moving around the ring to the advancing Eubank. It's too little. You know, he obviously needs a knockout at this stage. And you see him getting it? I don't. Maybe you can at home. Maybe Wagner's got a secret weapon that he just hasn't shown us yet. I'm trying to give him every chance against Harlem Eubank here, but I'm seeing very little evidence that Wagner he has got the power or the willpower or the conviction to take this fight. I'm very much seeing a man who's just going through the motions, as you quite rightly said, James. You know, he's getting a payday out of this. Not a great payday, but he's getting a living wage, and he'll be better. I mean, I know he's 33 now, but you know, this has been a bit of a masterclass from Eubank in the 7 rounds that I've seen so far. And for me to see a masterclass for Harlem Eubank, that's saying something.
Absolutely, it is. Yeah. Kanjay Guljem, thank you for joining, mate. What round? We're in round 7 of 10. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're new, drop a like. We really do appreciate it. Thank you for coming through to Red Corner Boxing, my brother. Right, let's get back to the action. Harlem's just piecing him up with that left jab again. And again, he's just flicking it out, looking uber confident now. He's looking so good. We got JRS Mill, apologies. Harlem is pretty good. Yeah, he's looking really good, mate. I tell you what, for me, this is his best performance so far in his career that I've seen. And I've watched pretty much every fight he's had. So he's been pretty good. Thank you, brother. You are more than welcome, matey. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got Bob in the house. Big up, Bob. Is Crocker here to set up the fight? He is, matey. Yeah, he's going to fight the winner, which obviously is going to be Harlem Eubank by the looks of it.
Another good round for Harlem Eubank there. That's a 7 now. That's a clean sweep for me. Wagner seems to be running on fumes at the minute, you know, blowing hard in the corner there as the trainer's trying to, you know, G him up. He looks bereft of ideas. He looks, you know, as I said before, he's going through the motions. There's a massive level gap here. Massive. Great matchup, really, to get Harlem Eubank back into winning ways. 10-1 Wagner before he come into this fight. And with those, 19-1. Excuse me, 10 knockouts. So, you know, he's doing a job on a very decent boxer. And, well, good boxer. I wouldn't say he's not decent. The resume, the stats seem to betray what he's doing here. Maybe he's having an off night. Maybe not being at home is affecting him. I don't know the factors here, but all I can tell you is he's getting an absolute schooling by a Harlem Eubank. To be fair to him, he's not put a foot wrong.
He's not, mate. He's been very impressive, mate. Like I say, I don't want to.
I think he beats Crocker. I think it'll be a good war, man.
I won't tell Billy Nelson that, though. Don't tell Billy
Nelson.
Oh,
no, I would. I'd tell Billy. Billy's great. I love Billy. But,
he'll go mental, though, man. He don't like his fight.
But he's as real as me. We keep it real. And I'll tell him, you know, Lewis has got to do a bit more than, you know, that he's shown in his last 2 fights to take that fight against this version of Harlem Eubank. Because if this version turns up, it's going to be a hard night. Heaney might school Brian Norman Jr. tomorrow like Harlem is doing. That's if Brian Norman is a Josh Wagner, mate.
That's the thing.
It's a big comparison to make. I think he's got more.
Tomorrow for the Watchalongs, it's going to be interesting. Join us for the Watchalongs tomorrow. We're doing the whole show as one from the 4 main fights. So from Sam Noakes against Abdullah Mason straight into The Bam Rodriguez against Puma Martinez, straight to the
I
Norman
know.
Jr. Haney, then the Yard Benavides. Be sure to join us for that here on Red Corner Boxing. We're taking you through the night, all as one show, 5 hours non-stop, commentary on every single fight, and then we're going on to the Spit Bucket podcast after for a little phone-in show. So be sure to check that out too. Check out JJ at the Spit Bucket podcast. You can find him everywhere.
Aye. GR Smile 7171. That's fighting talk. Let's go. Brian Norman knockout round 3.
Yes.
That's Mr. Neutral's prediction.
I've gone for round 7.
Round 8 here. 40 seconds to go. And again, as I've been flitting in between screens, Harlem Eubank is still throwing punches like it was round 1. Still throwing upstairs, downstairs. Wagner's just throwing back single shots. One in 3 are hitting. 1 in 4 maybe. Nice counter there from Wagner. That's the first one with 10 seconds to go in round 8. But still not enough from the Canadian. It's just not enough.
No. We've got Georgia Northside. Georgia Northside. I'll check in with you all tomorrow. I like the show. What's your picks for tomorrow? I'll give you mine quickly, mate. I'm going for David Benavides, UD. I'm going for Brian Norman, TKO round 7. I'm going for Bam Rodriguez, TKO round 9. And I am going for Abdullah Mason, knockout round 5. Mr. Neutral, what's your 4 predictions for tomorrow quickly, mate, before we get to the next round of this business?
2 British champions, 2 American champions.
Fair
and
enough.
Still,
dissect that as you will, lads and lasses.
And
Mr.
still,
standing on business.
Oh, we got a great bet for us tomorrow morning, mate. We'd like to see that. Make sure you join in tomorrow night, mate. We'll love that.
Do. Yeah, man. I'll be putting that bet on anyway. I've already put that bet. I put 20 quid on a score. I stuck a score on my 4 pricks. I've actually also stuck a tenner on Neutral's picks just in case. You know, the Yard win by stoppage. I had to cover the bases, so I've stuck a 10 spot on Neutral's picks as well. So either way, hopefully I'm coming out with some dollar tomorrow. But let's get back to this one. We're in round 9 of 10. Harlem Eubank, Josh Wagner. It's looking a little bit doomed for Wagner now. But let's see. Extra Torres, does anyone on the panel or chat got a link I can use to see the fight? It depends where you are, mate. If you're in the UK, it's on Channel 5. If not, we haven't got a link, mate. We haven't got a link for it.
Unfortunately, no. Sorry, pal.
Sorry, buddy. But it's almost finished now anyway, mate. So you might as well stick with us. We'll walk you through the last round in a bit.
Yeah. It's still very much the switch. The switch hitting Wagner, who's been very low output of punch volume all night compared to his opponent, Harlem Eubank. It's I wish I could see more for the Canadian that he brought to the table here. It's, as he's survived, he's got 9 rounds, he's still in there, but he's taken a lot of shots, a lot of jabs, a lot of 1-2 combinations. However, he's done enough to evade the most powerful of shots, but he's not been in the race at all. I've not given him a round. It's round 9 now. It's a bit of a shutout as he switches from southpaw. Every time he goes into that southpaw stance, he takes a right hand. It's uncanny. Uncanny. Now he switched back to orthodox, and the jabs of Eubank he's able to evade. So why he does this switch again, I don't know, because it's much to his detriment. After that, not bad. I think Yard gas is out. I think Haney stinks out decision. Could well be. It's possible. It's possible. We got to go on likelihoods in these fights, haven't we? What's the likelihood? The unlikelihood of results is what is the difference between willpower, strength, and conviction. These are the different factors. Skill can take you so far, but if you've got the willpower, the conviction, and the strength to run your man down and get him into positions, anything can happen. Ban Rodriguez could be on point tomorrow night, by the way. Could be, because Puma's a UD specialist.
Yeah, the only thing about
He's
Puma,
very quick, very sharp. That's a possibility. David Benavides could be knocked out. That's a possibility. Brian Norman could be outpointed by Devin Haney. Possibility. Wonderful possibilities that these fights were not quite 100% in their minds about it. And that's what makes it all the better spectacle, because these are 4 main events you've got to understand in one show.
it is.
These would sell out crowds in their individual countries, these fights.
Absolutely. I was saying this earlier about Noakes and Abdullah Mason could headline itself. Bam speaks for itself. But what I was worried about with Puma, though, is Puma looks like he struggled to make the weight a little bit. And he's 34 now. Bam's only 23. Bam's fresh. I think Bam might just... He could blow him out of the water, man. I do like Puma. He's a very good fighter. I can just see Bam putting on a masterclass, you know, to steal the show. It's the biggest card anyone's fought on. This is a huge card in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. All the eyes of boxing are on it. I think Bam might steal the show, you know, and just come out and blow Pumita out the water.
Yeah. Sure. George's offside says, unlikely it is Carroll knocking out Esmonds. 100%. I couldn't believe that. I mean, Carroll hasn't had a stoppage in time. And for him to do that against a very strong Echo Esmond, and it's not only that, he battered Esmond. Last round here, 2 minutes 27 seconds. I know we've been waffling. I do apologise about that if you're Eubank and Wagner fans. Unfortunately for Wagner fans, it's been a shutout for me. I don't know about you, James, but there's no evidence there that he's going to knock out Harlem Eubank.
Yeah, it's looking very one-sided. It's going to be 100-90 job unless this round goes any different to the other 9, which I very much doubt it will. Harlem Eubank is looking like he's going to pull off an absolute one-sided UD, which is what I predicted in the prediction league. So I'm happy about that, Mr. Neutral, because I needed the UD after I didn't get my Rorig KO.
I was glad it wasn't a KO, or I would have fallen further behind. The only negative I can say about Harlem Eubank here is when he goes to unload big rights, he loses balance. There's been a couple of times his knees have buckled, and he has to go. He's had to go underneath the arms of his opponent to sort of get out of a bad situation. But he's got balance problems when he's overextended, so he's looking for a knockout here and loading up in this last round. But I noticed it subtly in other rounds. He overextended and buckled it. If he was to do that at the top level, he'd get punished.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to ask you, bro. I was going to say, do you think it is him overextending, or do you think there's a problem with his knees, or do you think he's just leaning because he's trying to throw that bolo shot?
Yeah, maybe trying too hard, maybe overextending at the same time. You know, these are detrimental issues when trying to execute a shot.
Yeah, I 100% agree. That's the one thing that I've seen in this fight that goes against Harlem. Other than that, he's been pretty flawless. Been pretty impressive. But he does fall in a bit. He falls in a bit.
I mean, it's not been an exciting fight, but it's not been a terrible fight. It's been a good performance by Eubank. The other guy just hasn't turned up to promise a fight to the Englishman. It's been fairly, run of the mill.
Yeah.
Good workout, job well done. Josh Wagner, his 19-1 resume looked impressive before we started as the fight finishes. Eubank's got his hands in the air. But in the way he's dismantled his opponent, Wagner, can't fault it. Bring on Lewis Crocker.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Would you guys do commentary for Vernon versus Villa? It's on Pro Box TV YouTube channel, going live in 2 hours. We was going to do that, matey, the Pro Box, but we can't tonight. We've got other commitments, but we're going to be live tomorrow night for the Riyadh season card. Unless, Mr.
Yes, we got.
Neutral, you're free. We could do it if you're free, matey, but I know we have got other commitments, haven't we? So, but appreciate it,
Yes.
mate. We were going to do Pro Box card. We've been asked, a few people have asked us to do that. We normally do them as well. We normally do the Pro Box cards. They're some of the best young fighters coming out. They are literally even fights every time. It's the most exciting boxing on telly, to be honest. But I'm not sure we can tonight because we've got such a big night tomorrow. You know, we're going to be up till, in the UK, it's going to be 4 in the morning by the time we're done tomorrow. So maybe not tonight. But thank you for asking, though, matey. We'd love to do it normally. And anything you want to suggest normally, let us know. And we will do it. We do the BKFC. We'll do anything. We even do Misfits. We don't agree with it, but we do it. You know, we're here, mate. If two guys are punching each other in a street corner, you let us know. We'll do commentary for it. But just
Don't
probably
listen
maybe
to him.
not
I
tonight.
agree with it. I agree with Misfits. I love Misfits. I think he's boss. You know, it brings eyes to the sport. You know, if people are good enough, they can go to the pro ranks. There's a couple of real decent boxers. Jahan Ingram, he's really good. There's
Dean the Great can box.
Dean the
Talking about
Great.
him
He's
fighting
not bad.
Shakur. He's fighting
There's a
Armando
couple of
Vargas
others.
now.
You know, they've got possibilities to go pro.
He's fighting Armando
You got
Vargas,
Ashton
the brother of
Silva.
Fernando Vargas.
Ashton
Jr.
Silva, might be fighting on Misfits again.
Lucas Barney.
So J. Paul might stop Josh.
Now we know you're trolling. Now
Made
we
me
know
choke
you're trolling.
there.
Anthony
You made
Joshua's
me
being
choke.
trained as well by Alexander Usyk's trainer for this fight. He's going to have him in the corner. Igor. That's not his real name, but that's what they call him.
Igor what's his name?
Yuri
Clems?
Klinekin. Yuri Klinekin or Klilashkin.
Yeah.
But they call him Igor from Ghostbusters.
Yeah, if you're new to us, first time watching, please give us a like and subscribe. We hope you've enjoyed the commentary tonight. We're just waiting on the result there, my man Kenji. As soon as that comes through, we'll let you know. But it's going to be a unanimous decision for Harlem Eubank. I'll be surprised if the judges give 2 rounds, never mind 1. Let's see. My man Jam's there. He's getting the result.
Yeah, it's UD, brother. 99.91 and 2 lots of 100 to 90.
There you go.
Nice and easy for Harlem.
Shut out.
Well,
for Harlem Eubank.
One of the judges give it a round.
Thank you, Georgia. Appreciate that. Red Corner Boxing. Come and join us tomorrow night. It's the Big Ring 4 magazine card. There's only one show, and that's Red Corner. We covered all the fights. There's going to be guests. We're going to be chatting in between the fights. Come and have your say. Have your comments. Make sure you watch it with us. Turn that commentary down on DAZN. No good. Come and see us here, Red Corner Boxing. Punch for punch. None of that DAZN nonsense that
where they lead
try to brainwash you.
Yep.
You get punch for punch here, and you can decide for yourself. And you'll probably agree with us. But thank you for joining us tonight. And Jams, another great show by Harlem Eubank. He's growing on the British public now. He's starting to make a name for himself. If he gets this title shot with
Louis Crocker,
yeah, as I said before, he'll never get a better chance to win a world title. This is his time. He's got to take it.
Absolutely agree, mate. Absolutely agree.
I can't read that. Right, see you, mate, Mikey. Thanks for joining us, mate.
Yeah, of course.
Pleasure having you.
Plays poker.
Join us tomorrow. See us out, Jams.
Okay then, mate. No worries. Well, thank you again. Mr. Neutral already said it, but thanks so much for joining us on Red Corner Boxing. Me and Mr. Neutral put in the work to try and get you guys the fights. You know, if you can't watch it or don't want to pay for it, we're here for it. Tonight was a free one. Tomorrow night is a pay-per-view. We're going to be covering that main card top to bottom. So be sure to join us then. Thank you everyone who tuned in tonight. Just before we go, we're proudly sponsored by EasyStories.com, your place to go for all your storage needs. And of course, the Boxing Fight Zone, who are our official apparel suppliers. So if you want any Red Corner merch, hit us up. We'll get you a little discount. Right, Mr. Neutral, thank you so much as always, my brother. And we will see
My
everyone
pleasure, mate.
tomorrow
Thanks.
night. It's not to be missed. We'll see you soon.
I'm moving. I'm going. I can't stop.